Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Let's Argue. I love it when that little thing come up in the corner and be like, "It's live, it's showtime." So I'm excited to be back with you here at the Velvet Room 3348. 12 Mile in Berkeley. So if you are able, come on up, hang out with us, come into the studio audience, and we really got a couple good topics today. I'm excited to again not only to be here but to be able to see you guys in for 2025. Like, we got some exciting stuff coming on, especially geared towards Black men. I'm partnered with my friend Dominic Connors. We're gonna and I want to say Q. We kind of talked a little bit today. So we got some stuff coming up that's going to really be geared towards Black men. I put a post up and I mentioned that Black men need Black men. I got a lot of response, so I definitely want to get that. I don't know why, but it seemed like it's kind of hard to get the fellas to come out. But we want to do something that's geared more towards them. I know Black men, we are very private. So sometimes, we don't really get into the social media thing, especially when we're talking about personal things. But I know we need a space, and I want to try to provide that for us. But anyway, Happy New Year, everybody. I started to wear my New Year's jacket. I should have put it on for real. So it just got me this nice red blazer. I can't wait to rock that thing out. Shout out to my man DB hooking me up. I got with your boy over there, Bob. He hooked me up. So I'm definitely excited about that. So today's topic. Oh, first, let's take care of the business. All right. So we got business we need to take care of. Don't forget, we are here at 3348 12 Mile Road in Berkeley. Bills need to be paid, so it is $10 per person. Come on up, have some fun. Also, we have it's a nice space. The owner is actually present here, so if you want to rent this space for your own private event, she's here right now. Definitely come on up, check her out. She can answer any questions you may have. I'll actually have her drop her information into the chat group. And if you're interested in, maybe renting this space, is a nice space. I'll show you the space as we begin to talk. So today's topic is a man biggest flex how his woman represents herself when he is not around? That is the topic. And we're going to continue this conversation from the week before where we talked about who's worse when they're sick, men or women. I got so many women on here. They was going at me. They was at me about that whole conversation. But it was a really good conversation. And somebody asked me, can we talk about this again? So that's part 2 of the conversation. Who's worse when they get sick, men or women? And the initial conversation, which is going to drive today's topic, is a man's biggest flex how his woman represents herself when he is not around. So that's what I want to talk about today. Also, y'all know we play games here on Let's Argue. So again, this is brought to you by Lyrically Correct. All games are brought to you by Black game artists. They are inspired by Black game artists. So if you when you come on here, this is what we're going to do. Also, if you're tuning in from Facebook, YouTube, hashtag I'm outside, Let's Argue, go ahead and drop that into the chat window. And then we're going to go ahead and get this conversation started. So what I want to know is a man's biggest flex how his woman represents herself when he is not around? And what exactly does that mean? And is that generational? It just depends on what age you are. Like, can you trust your woman going out of town? If she goes on a girl trip, can you trust her? So yeah, I want to know. I don't want to get too much off into the weeds. Kind of want to stick to the content at hand. Is a man's biggest flex how his woman represents herself when he's not around? And then, of course, once we get started with the conversation, normally it does take different lanes, and we'll talk about those as the conversation evolves. But I want to know, is a man's biggest flex how his woman represents herself when he is not around? What do you guys think about that? How do you feel about that? Is that is that a question that needs to be answered? I would say yeah. But I haven't revealed everything, so I kind of want to just get y'all feedback on that first before we kind of get into that. But again, I want to wish everybody a happy new year, happy 2025. I want to wish you all the best. Health is your wealth, so take care of yourself. And you know what? I lost my mom about a year ago. Lost my grandmother even longer. It's been even longer since she passed away. And I talked to she's my grandmother's best friend. And I called her like, hey, I want to come by and get you, whatever. And I called her. She was like, she didn't answer the phone. She was like, well, I ain't went nowhere. It wasn't nowhere far. She was like, all my friends are dead. And it just made me feel so sad. So what I want to tell you, if you got an elderly person in your family, go by, give them a hug, get them out of the house, do something with them, because that just, I don't know, that just really hit home for me when she said that, like, all my friends are gone. So go by, get them, give them a hug. It's 2025. We have lost some people going into the new year. It's almost kind of expected. It's still a hard pill to swallow when you get that though. So and to anybody who has lost a loved one, I definitely want to give out my condolences or whatever for that as well. But all right, so let's keep it on a happy note. So what do you think? Is a man's biggest flex how his woman represents herself when he is not around? How do you feel about that? What do you think? What do you think about that? We are, and I like to keep things here on Let's Argue. Definitely, I like controversial topics. Not so much. The one thing that I try to steer away from that I don't like a lot is somebody's at the door. The one thing I don't like a lot is when you pit men against women, and we start, especially black men and women, when you comparing their traumas. Comparing their traumas. Hey, cousin, what's up, cousin? Hey, let's argue. When you're pitting men against women, I like the fact that because there's just certain conversations that we're going to have, that men and women are going to have, that it's just going to be a battle of the sexes no matter what. No matter what happens, it's just going to be a battle of the sexes. And that's okay. That's okay. I like that. It keeps things interesting. And that's one of the reasons why I bought this one topic back, who's worse when they're sick, men or women, because everybody was chiming in on that. They really like the topic. So we're going to do that as well. But what I wanted the initial question, the one that stands out is, who is a man's biggest flex, how his woman represents herself. So we do have some people in the studio audience, so I just want to make sure everybody knows there's some flags on the table. The red flag is if you just totally disagree and you like, oh no, that's some BS. I want you to throw up the red flag. If you want to come up and have some conversation and sit in the chair next to me, just raise your green flag. And if you're in the house, then I want you to shake up the black flag. That's it. So the black flag goes in the air if you're in the building and you like the podcast. And those who are at home, you know what? Hey, you can do the exact same thing. Drop a black flag in the chat window and just say, hey, you like the topic. And if you want to even tune in virtually from home, let me know. I can send you a link and you can come into the virtual studio. We can have a conversation here. All right. So let me know. What do you think? Is a man's biggest flex how his woman represents herself? What do you think about that? And we're going part 2. We're going into this conversation again. Who's worse when they sick, men or women? I got the ladies was on my head. They was at me, baby. Fellas, I had one of my cousins showed up and he sided with the ladies a little bit. I didn't appreciate that, bruh. But listen, so we do want to keep the conversation going. What do you think? Is check my page.
That's where we on.
Really? Because I'm saying it's on. Okay, let me. Okay. Well, all right. Well, just you guys can tell. Okay. Look, let's say we having a problem. People tuning in from Facebook. Let's see what we can do to edit this. Let's see. Can we do this? Yeah, I'm not for sure why, because yes, and it looked like it was deleted. Yeah, it looks like there's a problem with yeah, I see it. All right. so this is what I'm going to do. We're going to, and here we're going to start this over.